Hey y'all, Shade Tree Mechanic Benji Man coming at you with a fuel filter change out on 2016 Toyota Corolla. And so yeah, this first video is going to be about the tool set. What's my tool inventory for getting this job hopefully all the way done. I might have forgotten something. I'll update you in the follow-up videos. But, you know, first and most importantly, got the Haynes instruction manual. You can still probably find those on eBay for pretty cheap. You can see the crowbar there, keeping the book open while the wind is blowing. But the crowbar is also maybe for prying off this access cover. But hopefully I won't need it. I've got also a smaller plastic trim tool, so if that butyl tape isn't like super glue, then maybe I can go more gently, and that would be good. Then another, just in case scenario situation, a little hard to see with a bright light, but safety razor, so it'll help cut loose some of that butyl tape if it's, again, a little harder than I expect. Got my 10mm wrench for disconnecting the negative battery terminal. A screwdriver, a third vital potential servant in the quest to get the access cover off. Vice grips. I'll fill you in more on that in a second, but it was for the bolt that was keeping this back seat cushion in. And here we have some oil absorbent rags. Try to keep the mess to a minimum. I have some bins that is designated exclusively for dirty work, chemical work such as this. And because this thing, when you lift it out of the fuel tank, it is going to be dripping. There's going to be a good bit of residual fuel, and so you'll want to first catch it and then mop it up. This little bit of oil is from my last oil change. It's not the dirty oil, it's the little bit that was left over because my car doesn't take all 5 liters. The tiny bit that was left over, I always keep that and then pour the dirty oil there to take it back. But this time I can use a tiny bit of residual and pour it into the cap and use that to lube the O-rings when I put them back on. And speaking of O-rings, here is the parts I got from the dealership. These days, the cheapest you can go is about $100. When I looked, I could find a module that only had the top mounting part, a fuel line going down from that, and the fuel filter itself. And after that, I had to go back and get the O-rings, 3 O-rings. There's one, the big one here. Part number for me was 77169-02050, and that is for the mounting part where it sits on the tank. And then there's 3 others. The fuel regulator takes 2, one of this size, and then there's one of a tiny size, I think. As best I could work out. It's a little confusing searching on the OEM parts website. And then the last one is for the fuel pump itself. So 4 O-rings in all. And then we come to the safety Class B fire extinguisher that I got from Home Depot. And then we come to the weirdo of the outfit, the infamous lock ring tool. So, and come to think of it, I've already forgotten something. I'm gonna need larger than 10mm to get this wrench around that. And I'll also need a pipe, short bit of pipe to use as an extension to give me leverage, because that lock ring can be tight. But yeah, the size will be unique per the lock ring tool, and this little cleft bit sits on the shoulder of the lock ring where the rib is, and it just grabs onto that rib. And since they're cheap plastic parts that have aged a good bit, if you just take a hammer and a screwdriver to that lock ring, you're probably going to break it. So I think that's about all I've got in terms of parts to get the job done. And I will see you in the next video.